Hello Libra, it's Keegan. Hope you guys are doing well. I am working my way through these readings, and I just want to say here at the beginning, these readings have been a bit intense. I've decided at the beginning of each of these, after I did the first one, I decided I wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit before actually diving into the reading. And so I hope that you will listen. If you're very impatient and you just don't want to listen at all, then you can skip forward until you see this overlay go away. And that's when you know I'll actually be starting the reading. But I do hope you will just listen for the first couple of minutes. So the first thing that I want to just say is these readings have been intense. I don't tend to do readings focused on the other person. I know lots of tarot readers have built their channel doing readings in terms of, who's approaching, what are they thinking, what do they not want you to know, and I have not historically done a ton of those readings on my channel because I think that it's better. I think that it is more healing, my own personal opinion, when I focus on you, the person that's listening to me, about cycles that you might not be aware of yourself and things that you might need to get insight into, because my perspective is that if I'm focusing the reading on you, you actually have the ability to do something about those things to try to create positive change in your life. And when it's on the other person, or when I'm talking about the other person, we don't have control over other people, and we can't really influence other people to, change unless they're willing to do it. So historically, I haven't done this. Now, for some reason, I felt very compelled to do this particular reading, and it's been very tough on me as a reader. I have not been able to get through many of them before needing to just take a break, and because they've been pretty intense. And the reason for that is that if you're in a very happy, stable, loving relationship and everything's going well, you're probably not watching tarot readers on YouTube. You're in your relationship and you're enjoying it. So most of the time when people come to tarot readers on YouTube or ask for tarot readers, it's because something's not quite working out, something isn't going well. And it doesn't mean to say that the relationship is doomed, but there's typically some sort of issue or some sort of conflict. So when I focus readings on the other person, they tend to be pretty intense and they tend to reveal a lot of information. So I'm giving a disclaimer at the beginning of all of that to say, if you're not in a place where you can actually hear potentially bad news, you might want to wait to watch this reading until you're in a place where you're emotionally ready for that. Now, not every reading that I've done out of this series has been bad, but the ones that have been bad have been pretty intense and brutal. So I just want to give that disclaimer. You can consider it a trigger warning if you want, but I'm very honest as a reader. I don't sugarcoat things. If you go through and you read comments on my readings, you'll see lots of people commenting about how I don't do a lot of fluff, and I don't hold back, and I don't tell people what I think they want to hear. I get very annoyed with tarot readers who do that. So with that said, I want to explain the reading very quickly, and then we will actually get into it. Actually, while I'm explaining it, I'm going to go ahead and start placing some cards so that we can save some time. So if you're still with me, then if you're in a relationship, clearly this other person would probably be the person that's in a relationship. Now, if you're in a relationship and you have your mind on someone else, or if you're single but you have an interest in someone, then that might be the other person that I'm reading. If you're single and you do not have any interest in anyone, you can still watch this reading as a who's approaching, who's coming in next style of reading. This will just give you insight into the person who might present themselves next in your life as a potential romantic partner. Now, Libra, you have probably clicked this video because it was titled Libra, and that's fine. If you are a Libra, then you are welcome to watch this reading and know that I'm talking about the person that Libra is dealing with, the other person in Libra's life, or the person who is approaching Libra. Alternatively, or in addition to, if you do know the person and you know their sun sign, so for example, if you are a Libra and you are interested in a Capricorn, then you can watch the Capricorn reading to get additional insight into this person. Okay, so you can watch up to 2 readings in this series about one particular person. I hope that makes sense. So we're going to do 3 cards in this last stack. I don't know if you could see that or not. I'm going to turn the overlay off. Some of these positions I put 1 card, some I put 2. This last pile I did 3. I just pulled those right off the top of the deck as they were. I'll start here on this side, then I'll do the top row and then this bottom row. At the very end of the reading, I will pull an oracle card for advice for you around this particular connection. So with that being said, Thank you for listening. If you did listen to all that, I do think it was important, everything that I said, but I know lots of people complain when readers don't just jump right into the readings, even though you can always just skip ahead to this point where you see that I'm about to start reading. So I'm assuming everyone is here now at this point. I'm going to go ahead and dive in. We're going to start with who this person truly is. I want insight into this person, who they truly are. So we have the King of Wands coming out upright, and then you have the Three of Swords, which is also upright. I'm going to talk pretty quickly about this Three of Swords, what I feel from this, because I think that there's just a little bit of energy coming off of it. I think it's more of the background energy. This is the card that's really standing out to me in terms of who this person really truly is. What I will say about this is I do feel like this person in their past has dealt with some sort of heartbreak or loss. It's possible that this person is divorced, recently divorced even, but there's some sort of long-term commitment that ended for this person. Who they truly are right now, the King of Wands upright is not necessarily a bad card, but this person is someone who they're less focused on commitment. It doesn't mean that they will never commit, but they are only a potential commitment partner for a certain type of person. It's a person who's aligned with them in a very specific way. So the King of Wands, what's upright, is a very engaging, charismatic, charming type of person. They're very confident. They're very secure in themselves. But they leverage their charm and charisma, potentially their looks, their flirtatious nature. They leverage that as a way of moving through society, and that's really what they're about. There isn't necessarily a strong drive within this person to commit and settle down, a traditional type of settling down, like you would see with a King of Pentacles or a King of Coins. Even the King of Swords has the potential to settle down. But the King of Wands is very much kind of a single energy unless they meet up with a Queen of Wands vibe. Don't get confused about the gender. I'm just talking about energies here. For example, the Queen of Wands, the right partner for this person would be someone who is also very social, very confident, proud of themselves. They're very self-confident. They have a lot of they have a lot of attention on them. It's the type of person that when they walk into the room, all eyes are on them, and they love that. They love the attention. They're very extroverted. They probably have a bit of a feisty personality. And this is the type of person that this particular person, this King of Wands, would be willing to have a long-term connection with. But again, that doesn't necessarily lead to marriage. It would just be two people who they're very, like I'm doing this, they're very aligned to each other, and they share the same type of personality and the same sort of interest. And so it's easy for them to move through life connected to one another, engaged with one another, having fun and focusing on the social aspect of life. That's who this person truly is. And let's see how they act. So here we have the Five of Cups. It's come out upright. I think this is lingering stuff around this past relationship that I mentioned. This person is someone who is they're in the process, I feel, of moving on from that. That's why I say, like, this divorce feels pretty recent. And it doesn't have to be an actual divorce, but it would be a long-term relationship that ended. And I feel like that is pretty recent. But they're in the process of moving on from that and figuring out what they want to do, accepting the reality of the situation. I do think that part of what's come from this relationship ending is them realizing that this is who they truly are, that marriage is not something necessarily that works for them. You have the Daughter of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. In this particular deck, it's called the Daughter. It's come out reversed, and I don't want to necessarily say this person is immature, but I do think that there is an immaturity here that's showing up in terms of how they act. I think that part of what this might be, it's possible that this person was in a very long relationship that started when they were pretty young. And so now that they find themselves not in a relationship, it's almost like they're reliving their youth in a way. And it doesn't necessarily mean that this person is old. So, for example, what I mean is this person could be someone who met the person they eventually married when they were still in high school, like when they were like 16, and they got married right out of high school or right after college, and then they were married for a couple of years. So this person could only be in their mid to late 20s, but they've spent their entire adult life with one person in one relationship. And so now that that's over, they're realizing that they don't really know a lot about themselves outside of the context of that relationship and that partnership. Okay, so again, it doesn't necessarily mean they're immature. It means that they have a certain level of a lack of understanding of who they are, and they actually show that. They actually do. They feel like someone who is a bit like all over the place, someone who is confused about what it is that they truly want, and they show that. It's not something that they're hiding. So I feel like, who they are and how they're acting makes sense to me. I don't feel like they're really hiding anything. I don't sense anything that would be confusing in dealing with this person. Hey there, it's Keegan, and I am jumping in here in the middle of the reading just to let you know that I've decided to offer a special on readings during the month of October 2020 only. I'm going to have limited spaces for this. After doing these readings, I decided that I feel like a lot of you are going to want to get more information or follow up on these readings. And I know that the world is weird and money is tight. And so I wanted to try to come up with a way that I could still offer personal readings and have them be affordable, so that if you do have more questions or if you want to explore this a little bit more deeply with me in a personal reading, I might be able to make that happen. So as you can see on the screen, I'm offering 4 different levels. It's basically $1 a minute for a reading. You can do a 20-minute, 30-minute, 45, or 60-minute reading for me. If you're interested in this, you should send me an email, keaghantarot@gmail.com. You can see how my name is spelled there, so keaghantarot@gmail.com. Let me know which of the readings you want, and I'll send you an invoice, and then that will confirm your slot. And again, there will be limited spaces, so if you're interested in this, let me know as soon as possible. I will be posting all of these readings all at the same time, so everyone gets a fair shot at claiming their seat. And if I do run out of spaces, I will let people know that if I still get emails beyond what I have capacity to do during the month of October. I'm going to send you right back into the reading now. So let's see what's going on in this person's mind here. We have Temperance coming out. I actually kind of like that, to be honest with you. I feel like this person is trying to focus their mind on how to find what feels like a balanced, healthy, happy life to them. I think they're really focusing on they're putting a lot of effort in mentally in reprioritizing what they've placed value on historically. And again, if you're looking at this person as a potential match for a long-term relationship, I do just want to caution here that in this other relationship that they had that came to an end, I feel like they feel like it came at a cost to them, and they don't want to have that same sort of experience should they decide to be in a relationship again. But right now, their mind is very much focused on just finding balance. I feel internally within themselves about what they want and what they're putting their efforts and energy into. But also just about getting to know themselves, finding peace with what they truly want without having to consider what another person wants or what another person is demanding of them. Let's take a look here. This is what's in their heart. Ace of Pentacles coming out reversed, and then you have the 8 of Wands, which is also reversed. I want to start here with this 8 of Wands. In their heart, there's a lot of again, it's uncertainty about what it is truly that they want in terms of matters of the heart. I don't feel like this person is someone who can really communicate fully what they want or expect out of a relationship, or honestly, even if they want a relationship, because of this Ace of Pentacles, which has also come out reversed here. There's some level here too with this person in terms of their heart. There's a heaviness in their heart that is around. It could be around this relationship that ended. Still figuring out how to actually close that emotional part of it out. There's also a lot of stress around money and debt. This relationship ending could have cost them a lot. There could be things that they're dealing with in terms of, if it is a divorce, there could be a lot of fighting about money. There could have been a lot of money lost in the process of that divorce or separation. And so their heart is heavy around that. It could be that they are also feeling a little bit insecure or embarrassed about their financial state right now, and that's also causing them to sort of keep their heart a little bit guarded. We're going to move into the future here. Okay, very interesting. So for this person, we'll talk a little bit about this Ace of Wands here, which has also come out reversed. Both of these aces coming out reversed. All right, I'm gonna tell you the way it is. Okay. In the future, this person has to have something that isn't quite right. This card to me very much feels like something that is like an opportunity that doesn't work out, or some sort of beginning that falters. Once that happens for this person, then this Lovers card does come in the future. I'm just tuning in to see if I can get any more insight into that. What it feels like to me is whoever this person is, whoever this Three of Swords is back here, it's like the universe tests them again with someone that's like this person. But they realize that it's not right. They realize it's not the right match. I actually do this work in their mind of figuring out what they truly want. And when presented with someone very similar to this person from the past, they say no. And it puts them into a mindset of realizing who it is that truly is a match for them. And I do feel like what I was saying earlier about this King of Wands, they realize that they want a Queen of Wands energy. And they start to, in the future, try to move towards that. They are open and receptive to it. But it comes after them realizing, oh, wait, if I go with this opportunity, then I'm repeating the past, and I don't want to do that. So keep that in mind if you are someone who's interested in this person. If there's someone who comes before you, or if you're engaging with this person but they choose someone else initially, that probably will not work out. It's a lesson, it's a test from the universe to see if they've actually learned this. They've actually done this work, so they can move into a place of understanding what it is that they truly want, who will make them actually happy, what type of relationship will be fulfilling for them. Let's see if they have any secrets that are at all worrisome. You have the Three of Pentacles here. It's come out upright. I don't think this is bad. It's not a bad secret. I think it's what I'm talking about. I think ultimately this person does want to have some sort of connection. The Three of Pentacles is about teamwork and collaboration. They want to have someone in their life that they're sharing their life with. They're keeping that guarded right now. They're keeping it secret because they don't want to, they're not actively looking for that. They're not actively looking for it right now because they need to do this work. They're focused on other things, and they're kind of in a place of realizing they need to get very clear about what it is that would make them happy, what it is that would make them feel like it's worth taking that risk of being in a relationship, because there was a lot of pain that came with the ending of this relationship. Again, I'm getting from this, I keep getting this sensation of they felt that they lost themselves in the relationship that they were in, and they're rediscovering themselves, and they're trying to get connected to themselves, and they understand the importance of knowing who they are and what they want before they engage with someone, because they want to be able to be very honest with someone. They want to be able to be honest and truthful and know what it is that will bring them happiness, so that they can say to someone the truth of what they do and do not want, because they weren't able to do that in this past relationship. Their plan, we have a couple of cards here, Major Arcana cards, Wheel of Fortune coming out upright, the Fool card reversed. So again, what I've been saying, this Fool card reversed, they're holding back. They're not willing to engage. They're not willing to jump. They are not taking any risk in terms of a relationship. There's a certain level here also of just sort of like, they're just doing what they want to do. They're, it's not necessarily that they're being careless, but they're not putting a lot of weight on anything. There's not a lot of serious energy around them, and they're not wanting to like jump and take any chances when it comes to romance. Wheel of Fortune coming out here. So for this person, in terms of their plan, and what they're wanting to manifest. And this is, again, like I'm looking at the totality of this reading, right? This desire to find balance, this desire to have fun, this desire to heal what's going on with them, to figure out ultimately what they want. The Wheel of Fortune is coming out here to say this person will ultimately have success here. They will be able to close out the cycles from the past. They will be able to understand what it is that they want, manifest that, bring it in. There's positivity and good fortune, good luck around this endeavor in terms of their plan. Okay, so again, I'm saying here, lots of pain, lots of dealing with it. They aren't looking for anything serious, but their mind is in the right place. I feel like their heart is actually in the right place. I do think they are going to learn the lessons, because when they're presented with this wrong opportunity, I do feel they realize it and they get clarity about what it is that they want. Then you also have this Wheel of Fortune coming out, confirmation for me that, you know, even though right now they're holding back, what's going on in terms that they do want to find somebody ultimately that's a match for them. They want this, and they will have that eventually, right? But they are working on themselves first. So their goal, let's take a look at this. Death reversed with the Six of Pentacles upright and the Hermit card also reversed. So what did these three cards mean in terms of a goal? So this person wants ultimately to figure out how they can close out cycles, how they can get to a place where the grief goes away, where they're not feeling stuck, where they're able to let go of the things from the past. They feel like they can make progress and move forward. The Death card reversed represents kind of the opposite of everything that I said. But, you know, as a reader, someone's goal is not to stay stuck. Someone's goal is not to remain in grief and to be in a place where they're holding on to something that's come to an end, right? So their goal is to figure out how to break out of this energy, right? They actually do want to be in a place where they're kind of isolated and withdrawn from people. I think that what's going on with this person, I'm going to talk about this as well. So this Six of Pentacles, right? This has come out upright, which is a really beautiful card, because the Six of Pentacles, when it's upright, is about being in a place where there's a give and a take, and what you're putting into something is being returned to you. There's an abundant type of energy here, and they want that, right? That's what the Lovers card is about. That's what the Wheel of Fortune card is about. That's what Temperance is about, right? So this person truly does want that, but they are not going to rush it. They want to be able to actually pull themselves so far away that they almost feel like they are the only thing that they have, because they realize that other people can be a distraction for them. So they're keeping everyone at bay, because this is a lot for them to try to figure out how to close out. But they really do honestly want to close it out. They have a goal of being able to close that out and heal it. Libra, I have to say, I'm not annoyed by this person. So thank you, first of all, for being a sign that allowed me to not feel utterly exhausted at the end of this, and wanting to just hug every Libra that I can find and say, I'm so sorry that you're dealing with this person. Again, like, you know, in terms of advice for you, before we get the Oracle card for advice, I would say my advice to you is to, you know, if you're interested in this person, make it known, but don't be pushy, don't be overbearing, don't try to rush things. This person has a lot of stuff that they need to do on their own. And so having fun with them, keeping the emotions out of it, not trying to push anything that's like a commitment or anything that's super heavy or serious, and letting this person be on their journey, so that ultimately when they do get to the point where they've had this realization, wait, that person isn't who I want this, because I've done this work, this steps in, right? And then this Fool card will flip, and they'll admit that they really do want some sort of collaboration, some sort of team interaction with someone. But there's a lot of work that they need to do, and that's where their mind is really focused. This Temperance card in their mind is really of all of this showing up here as their goal. Okay, so let's see what wants to come out for you guys in terms of guidance around this. Anything else wants to have fun? All right, have fun. That card says have fun. See if anything else wants to come out here. Okay, So this is exactly what I was just talking about. So this is confirmation for me that I was on track. So the first card coming out here says the universe works fast when I'm having fun. Keep this light, keep this fun, keep this non-committal, keep this non-heavy. That is what this person needs more than anything, Libra. And the other card says my vibes speak louder than my words. And I think what this means for you is if you're saying to this person, oh no, I get it. I totally get it. You're not looking for anything serious. I'm not either. But then you're jealous, you're freaking out if they don't call you, you're demanding lots of time and effort, you're asking where things are going. Like if those are the vibes, that's going to matter more to this person than what you're saying. So again, I've been saying this at the end of every reading. This is not a bad person. I'm not judging this person. This person's focused on themselves rightfully. They should be focused on themselves. They're coming out of something that was very painful, and they're trying to figure out how not to repeat the mistakes of their past. So they need to be focused on themselves. They don't need to be jumping into another relationship, and they're doing what they need to do to avoid that. They are trying to heal themselves and work on themselves so that when they do engage with someone else in a romantic way, they are showing up as their best version. You don't want to be in a relationship with this person where they're at right now. So don't try to force that. Don't try to push that on them. Okay? Have fun with this person. Be there for this person. Be someone that brings joy and happiness into their life. If you can keep your emotions in check, it's fine to have a physical sexual connection with this person, but you need to be able to keep your emotions at bay and not wrap all of that up into it. And if you can't do that, then be sure that you're keeping those physical boundaries clear. Don't engage beyond what you can control with this person. And again, ultimately, I do think that this is who this person truly is. So if you want to get a little bit more insight, again, you can go watch their sun sign. You can also just go and read up about the King of Wands upright and read about the Queen of Wands upright and what the energy of that is. Because I do feel like this is truly who the person is, and I don't know for sure they know that about themselves yet. I think that's part of the journey, is them realizing that this is who they are, and if they want this, there is a counterpart that matches them to give them this energy. So, Libras, thank you. I love you guys. Please let me know what you thought about this reading in the comments below. I'm trying to get feedback from people to see if this is something I should do more frequently or not. I do these readings for you guys, so even though this is not my favorite, focusing on the other person, if it's helpful and it's more helpful to you guys, and that's the feedback that I get, then I will do these more often. So please go into the comments and let me know. I will see you guys with more readings soon. There's lots of new videos up on my channel that aren't tarot readings, and if you haven't seen those, please go check them out. I think that there are lots of new things that maybe people haven't seen because they aren't what I typically do on the channel, and I don't think YouTube is promoting them as much because they don't quite match up. So go check those out, look at the more recent videos, and see if anything grabs your eye, and I will see you guys soon.